started up, and I'm going to play with the Derrick Henry, but let me advance to the next
Now
week.
let's take a minute to see how you can improve your team.
That's actually good, bro. Check my mic thing. Let me check my mic real quick. Make sure it's working. Okay.
Now let's take a minute to see how you can improve your team.
So, yeah, I'm gonna run this up. Oh, look at that dude.
Today, from Nissan Stadium in Nashville, Tennessee, it's week 2 of the NFL on EA Sports.
The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. So here's the first drive now for the Jags.
They'll be led out by their quarterback. Back in the NFL for the first time since 2016, it's Colin Kaepernick.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers. Because the only excitement he really generated was the one interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown pass.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets. And bottom line, how do they get a win?
The numbers in last week's ball game for Robinson. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. Jeffrey Simmons just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Sets up the screen to Robinson. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. 5 yards, not enough. And it'll be 4th down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Tannehill and the Titans come up now 1st and 10 at their own 18. Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. He's got a first down past the 30. And finally brought down at the 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now it's Henry. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done.
The 2 big plays right in succession as this one goes for 27.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40. A toss left, Henry. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Derrick Henry with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Titans have taken a first-quarter lead. They scored the most points of anyone on opening weekend, and now first quarter touchdown here.
And while there's no guarantee that all the points they score in opening weekend are going to hold up and be the average all year long, they're certainly starting to set that type of a pace. And what you do with that is you put in the heads of all of your opponents, we've got to really be ready on defense because these guys know how to put the ball in the end zone.
You think they can keep piling on the points like this?
I think they can if they're prepared to adjust and adapt because they won't see the same defenses week in and week out.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency. Move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They'll run here with Robinson. And he is met at the line of scrimmage.
Just him win again.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to it and forcing a third down.
And he is going to have a Jags first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1.
It's a first down following a gain of 3.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Shh, I'm on stream. Let's run it.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Kaepernick. The throw taken in by Cole.
Kaepernick's pass.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. They'll bring out 4 receivers. 3 of them being sent to the left, 1 to the right, 2nd and 4. The throw over the middle, taken in. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 31-yard line. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Working from the gun, it's Kaepernick. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. The sack by Harold Landry, the former Boston College Eagle. They'll run it now with Robinson. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41.
Yeah, after the opening drive.
1 quarter down, 8-0 the score.
Every time I go
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Stuff like that.
And he's got his tight end, Oliver. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown.
That's my
Josh Oliver,
career touchdown
his
ever in his
first
whole life.
touchdown here of the new campaign.
Literally just said that.
And the Jaguars move back within a couple of the lead.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
Point after by Lambeau, up and good. This is now a 1-point game. Now it's Adam Humphries on the return. Well, a dangerous return man showing it here. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. And we spotlight Derrick Henry now. And he's made it easy for us to put together a highlight package. Just wondering what he ate before this one started. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3-and-out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business.
They're going to get Titans.
Where?
Derrick Henry.
Energy. Oh, boy. Let's get it. But we setting bangers all night for it, boy. You working hard out here
runner with these talents, you've got to be able to wrap up and get him on the ground. Or the first person
They
who
can't
gets
get
there,
me on the
hold
ground,
him up
bro.
long enough for the next wave to get there and get him down. Otherwise, he will continue downfield and find pay dirt.
They'll try and run it in with Henry. And he is into the end zone again. So
I'm literally dancing on
He
this,
scores
bro.
on
They
the
can't
long
run.
run and then punches in the two-point conversion for good measure. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try to cut down the length of the drive.
No gain on the play there. Second down.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 34-yard line.
On second down, here's Kaepernick. Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. Now Charles dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll have to try to go back to the air again, and this time avoid the sack.
Certainly hard to try to establish momentum, but all you're doing is going backwards, not protecting the passer, and he gets dumped on his backside.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again. The former #1 overall pick, Jadeveon Clowney. That's going to bring up a 4th down.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say, when you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool the defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
So that one, a 55-yard punt, 13 on the return. And it'll be Titan football. So here are the Titans to take over on offense. Last week they defeated the Broncos, and they've got the lead here as well as they work with a 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. Broken tackle. He's got a 1st down and then some in midfield. And finally brought down at the 40.
How would any NFL team
That good for 22 and a 1st down.
How about our reigning AFC Player of the Week, hot-footing it into the secondary on that run?
Yeah, nice long run. That's what got him the award a week ago. Maybe he's trying for 2 in a row here this week. 1st down and much more for Henry. Touchdown, Titans. Derrick Henry on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Titans find a way to stretch their lead.
I know I should keep the focus and the spotlight on the hero that just scored, but tackling's been an issue for this defense all game long. I can't set that aside. We just saw it again here. Missed tackles leads to his long touchdown run.
They'll try and run it in with Henry. Continuing to fight for more. And he is into the end zone again. So get him some oxygen. He scores on the long run and then punches in the 2-point conversion for good measure. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
33-yard line.
I don't know how my man
Jags
is bubble
football
on that.
again.
Because
DJ
where's
Chark
that
ready to
energy
rock
now,
and
boy?
roll. You better believe that he's well aware he has 0 catches right now, and they're losing, so he's probably a little hungry.
And you know the guys on defense are aware as well. And they're really excited that he has no catches, but they're also worried because a lot of times that's like the ticking time bomb. The longer you hold him down, when he finally explodes, look out.
Yeah, no catches, though, so far in this game. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Now a man open down the middle of the field.
What the heck? Why wouldn't
And
let
they
me go
move
hit?
this
I'm not even
all
gonna
the
hit
way
that
down
guy.
to the 9. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
First and goal.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, second and goal. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. And they're going to get him. They bring it down to sack back at the 16-yard line. Harold Landry picks up his second sack of the afternoon. Third and goal, and still a long way from the end zone. Sharks got it left side. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4.
Kaepernick's pass.
That time 12 yards on the pass play, but still shy of where they needed to go. Fourth and goal.
Nice play by DJ Chark there, and he's a great example of how a guy can improve from his rookie year to season 2. Quiet as a rookie, 1,000-yard season last year, ended up becoming a Pro Bowl selection for the Jaguars.
Titans 24.
A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
And he's going to have a first down here. They're also in a field goal range now at the 27-yard line.
27-yard.
Derrick Henry trots back out there and gets ready to go. Might he be on his way to a record-setting performance here, Charles? Second quarter, and the yardage number already ridiculous.
And they always talk about just focusing on the next play. But sometimes it's okay to dream big, because
I'm focusing on the fourth quarter already.
Listen, I don't blame you, though, because we could be witnessing some type of history here, and it's being done by him and, of course, the big guys up front who are creating the holes for him to run through.
Yeah, they've all been good so far. Derrick Henry all alone. Nothing here. Nothing here. Touchdown, Titans. Derrick Henry on his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Titans are going to add on to their lead. Now, you talk about the dominating rushing performances that you and I have seen together. This has got to be right up there. His 4th touchdown run of the game and another long one to boot.
And I don't need to ask for a witness, because you're right here with me. We are watching this, and we're watching such a performance that is demoralizing for anyone on defense. You know, it starts out coaches screaming, tackle him, get him. And after that last touchdown, I bet it's pure silence on that side of the ball.
Where's that?
So they kept it on the ground, got it into the end zone. Charles, sometimes you probably see teams treat the two-point conversion differently than if it was first and goal from the 2, or I should say third and goal from the 2.
I agree with you totally on that. A lot of teams treat it as if they have farther to go and shy away from running the football. I think this is a great spot to do it, because most teams play you for the pass. Go ahead and run and let your linemen surge and fire out.
And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line.
I gotta play a little bit. Wow.
At their own 35-yard line.
Now Colin Kaepernick and the offense heading back out onto the field. And how does he rally the troops, so to speak? He's played well, but they're down big on the scoreboard. How does he get his guys going?
Make sure they understand it's not a me game, it's a team game. Everyone has to come together. Everyone has to up the level of play a little bit, including himself, and find a way to make some plays in order to give them a little bit of a spark and rally the team.
We'll see if they can indeed rally down big on the scoreboard right now. Keelan Cole, the intended target, and it's third down. Shotgun snap now for Kaepernick. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
at their own 3.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. They begin with Henry. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. So we reach halftime. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime.
32. Jaguars 10.
The Titans hold the lead, and they'll get the football first as the third quarter gets underway. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27.
First and 10 at their own 20.
A reminder, still some good games coming up here in week 2 of the NFL. Later tonight, a rematch from that Super Bowl a few years back. New England visits Seattle up in the Northwest. And then on Monday night, we'll be there. The first regular season NFL game ever played in the state of Nevada. The New Orleans Saints and the Las Vegas Raiders from Allegiant Stadium. That should be something. They'll run it again with Henry. And now nothing but green ahead of him.
Another dollar, baby.
And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Derrick Henry, 78 yards. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. And with his speed, if he just finds the slightest crease, he can take it the distance like he did there.
How about the leverage up front? Offensive line out-leveraging the defensive front to create that space, that crease that he was looking for. And once he hits open field, he's going to be very difficult to catch and corral. You know, sometimes the guy on the defensive side of the ball, he just has a good feeling or a good read, and he unleashed his defense on that one. Boy, they stopped him in a big way.
Yeah, I hate to be cliche, but sometimes we overanalyze. They just have more want. Looked like they had more want right there.
More want and more people to the ball.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 33-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And, Charles, the good news, they got the stop defensively. The bad news, this is a huge hole that they're in right now. How do they start to dig out of it?
That's a great question because we're not even going to talk about how do they win it, right? We want to see how they can kind of claw back and at least make themselves feel better about the game because this one is likely out of reach, but maybe one possession at a time. Try and play a little bit better and have some respect when you come out of the game.
And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. 15 yards on the play. First down.
A gain of 15. First down, Jaguars.
Where the energy's at.
On the run, it's Robinson. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop it for no gain. Second and 10 coming up here in Nashville. Third quarter action. Kaepernick now to throw. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
Laviska Shenault. A gain of 11 on the
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
Keelan Cole, the intended target. That'll bring up second down.
And 10.
Here's Kaepernick to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Again, they'll throw with Kaepernick. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been any. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them. Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
First down carry for Henry. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory.
Derrick Henry, the ball.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
And 2 at the 49-yard line.
Again, it's Henry. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 16 yards, a first down.
Nice carry there by Derrick Henry. Picks up a first down. And when you say workhorse, you're thinking about Derrick Henry. Won the rushing title in 2019 with 1,540 yards on the ground and 16 rushing touchdowns. Went to his first Pro Bowl and carried his team to the AFC Championship game.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
And 3 at the 25-yard line.
They'll toss it to Henry. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. And after getting tackled, he's still down and looking very slow to get up. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. On first down, Henry. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. Henry will get it. He's been busy today. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. A nice pickup of 14.
Energy now, boys. I haven't been talking a lot. I've been like trying to sound out their defense, but yeah.
I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it
Run
done.
it out.
Doesn't matter what play is called.
They are getting it
They
done.
are handling their business at the line of scrimmage.
And he will take this one in for a Titans
I went to go celebrate. I went to go put my hand up, bro. And I just talked to Brittany.
as his guys continue to pour it on. And he was
Or not,
excellent on that
give them
drive.
what they don't want. Show them what they don't want to see. If you show them what they don't want to see, show them that they ain't getting all of it.
They'll try and run here with Evans. And boy, talk about adding insult to injury. He's into the end zone to tack on 2 more.
Personally, I'd rather see him kick the extra point there than to go for 2, but it almost feels like there's a story within the story here. I mean, this isn't college. You know, size of victory, that matters in those games. Here, all you have to do is win by 1 point. That's all that you need. Instead, they go for it, get 2. You got some pretty ticked off folks on the other sideline now.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Now, they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
To throw is Kaepernick. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 11 yards there, first down.
A gain of 11 on the play. First down, Jaguars.
To throw, Kaepernick. Got an open man, Keelan Cole. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Kaepernick. Out to Cole on the right side. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans 30.
A gain of 12.
12 yards there as they move the chains. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now Kaepernick again. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Again, it's Kaepernick. toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements. You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Yeah, really.
Makes the score Titans 46.
Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
Adam Humphries on the return. The Titans take over 1st and 10. At their own 23.
Derrick Henry and the rest of the Titans offense about ready to roll again.
That's all they got, Derrick Henry and the rest.
He's had a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the end zone, no doubt.
Continues to find it throughout this game, and I'm sure he's got a nice place to live. He might want to make an offer on the end zone for a second home, because that's what it's been like throughout this contest. He knows how to get there, and boy, he looks happy when he does.
He's already bought all the property in the end zone. That's the problem. He's going to sell to himself now.
The 30-yard line.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Henry. Derrick Henry all alone.
Prime time, baby.
And he will score. Touchdown.
Celebration.
Derrick Henry, 70 yards, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And, partner, are you kidding me? With this game that he's having, we are in uncharted waters like we've never seen before.
Just think, if he keeps every football from all the touchdowns scored today, does he need to build a new trophy room?
Yeah. A couple trophy rooms. Maybe a whole home for a trophy room.
What a phenomenal performance, and I'll guarantee you he's going to reward the rest of the offensive unit after this as well for helping him get to this number.
He better. This is just unreal. Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. And they've got it up past the 35, so pretty good starting field position.
At their own 36-yard line.
Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it.
And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. Jeffrey Simmons able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
We've been around this league for a while. Many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
That's a nice throw out there to the flat, but they defended that pretty well. The hope is to go ahead and put it on him so he can turn and get upfield and gain additional yardage. There just wasn't anywhere to go on that play.
Buying time to his left. And they stop him up short of the 1st down as they get him at about the 43. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
Well, it's not going to be a 1st down, but that's a nice job of picking up yardage on 3rd and long. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you. And in this case, it wasn't enough to pick up the 1st down.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here 1st and 10. A run with Henry on 1st down, but nowhere to go there as he can't even get back to the line of scrimmage. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big run there, 29 yards and a first.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have it, they can't score.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points.
Steve said that was a game 2-0. Derrick Henry, see ya.